all know Donald Trump isn't the best with his words, especially when he goes off script. But Trump held another pointless rally this week in Iowa to speak directly to the few loyal supporters he has left. So this man stood before a crowd full of Americans to rave about how useful and powerful rich people are.
We have Gary Cohn, who is the president of Goldman Sachs. In fact, he's the president of Goldman Sachs. He had to pay over $200 million in taxes to take the job, right? So somebody said, why did you appoint a rich person to be in charge of the economy? I said, because that's the kind of thinking we want. I mean, you know, really, because they're representing the country. They don't want the money. They're representing the country. And they had to give up a lot to take these jobs. They gave up a lot.
Aw, the poor 1%, who've sacrificed so much to take positions in government that will ensure their taxes are cut so they can remain rich for generations. My heart truly goes out to them. So Trump continues his failed attempt to come off as honest to his supporters by explaining exactly why we need rich people in these high-power positions.
These are people that are great, brilliant business minds, and that's what we need, that's what we have to have, so the world doesn't take advantages of it. We can't have the world taking advantage of us anymore.
Wait a second, Trump. Are you trying to imply Americans had nothing but poor folks working as the Secretary of Commerce before you ever came into office? According to Forbes, the former Commerce Secretary Penny Pritzker was nominated by former President Barack Obama. She has a net worth of $2.5 billion, which is the exact same net worth as Trump's buddy Wilbur Ross. Not to mention the fact that John E. Bryson, who had the position before Pritzker, had an estimated net worth of over $150 million in 2011. And before him, Gary Locke had the position with a net worth of over $4 million in 2010. So I'm confused, Trump. How are your rich friends really any different from the rich people who had the exact same job, other than the obvious lack of experience?
I love all people, rich or poor, but in those particular positions, I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yes. It makes perfect sense. I don't think President Trump even knows who the past Commerce secretaries are. And for some reason, he really believes rich people are the only ones who can be trusted with money. And the sad thing is, his supporters just eat it up, even though the majority of them are exactly who he's talking about when he says he doesn't want poor people in those powerful positions. Simply put, he wants poor folk to stay in their place, while he makes America great again for the 1%. I'm Valeria Sistrunk, and for all the latest updates on politics and more, visit content.news.